Thank you, our own Sons of Isha. And now, we have with amongst us the one and only, the lone rider, our dearest Sadhguru, gliding on his motorcycle as he enters the hall, the one that has single-handedly taken up the cause of Save Soil. He's being followed by Dollu Kunita performers with such enthusiasm. Can we have some noise for Sadhguru? So nice to watch Sadhguru like this. I call you swag star Sadhguru. You're a swag star. Yes. It's my absolute honor and privilege to welcome the Honorable Chief Minister of Karnataka, Shri Basavaraj Bommai sir, and dearest Sadhguru as they enter the hall. I also warmly welcome all the other dignitaries and honored guests here today. ಹಾಗೆ yes, ಹಾಗೆ Honorable Health Minister Dr. Sudhakar ji, Honorable Minister of Primary and Secondary Education Shri Nagesh ji, ಹಾಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಾಜಿ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳಾದ ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ಯಡಿಯೂರಪ್ಪ ಸರ್ ಕೂಡ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಬಲಿ ಜೋರಾದ ಚಪ್ಪಾಳೆ. ಬೈರತಿ ಬಸವರಾಜ್ ಸರ್, ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಅರ್ಬನ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಹಾಗೆ ಇನ್ನು ಕೆಲವೇ ನಿಮಿಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗಮಿಸಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ MTB ನಾಗರಾಜ್ ಅವರು, ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಸ್ಕೇಲ್ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿ. ಇವರೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ನಾನು ಕೋರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರಿಗೂ ಸ್ವಾಗತ ಸುಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಮುಂದೆ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗೋಣ. ಒಂದು ವಿಶೇಷವಾದ ಆಕ್ಟ್ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸದ್ಗುರುಗಳಿಂದ ರೂಪಿಸಲ್ಪಟ್ಟ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿಯ ಭಾರತೀಯ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರೀಯ ಕಲೆಗಳಾದಂತಹ ಸಂಗೀತ, ನೃತ್ಯ ಮತ್ತೆ ಕಲರಿಪೈಟು ಶಿಕ್ಷಣವನ್ನು ನೀಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿ ಸಾವಿರಾರು ವರ್ಷಗಳಿಂದ ಈ ಘನವಾದ ಕಲೆಯನ್ನ ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮಿಕವಾಗಿ ಪ್ರತಿಕ್ರಿಯೆಯಾಗಿ ಬಳಸಲಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಇಂದು ತಮ್ಮ ಸಮ್ಮುಖದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲಾ ಪ್ರದರ್ಶನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ತಮ್ಮ 7ನೇ ವಯಸ್ಸಿಂದ ಇವುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ತಮ್ಮನ್ನು ತಾವು ತೊಡಗಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈ ಕಲೆಗಳು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಕೇವಲ ಹವ್ಯಾಸ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಜೀವನ ಪದ್ಧತಿ ಕೂಡ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಭರತನಾಟ್ಯ ಕಲಾವಿದೆ ಆದಂತಹ ರಾಧೆ ಜಗ್ಗಿಯವರ ನೃತ್ಯದೊಂದಿಗೆ ಆರಂಭವಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಈಗ ಈ ಸಾಂಸ್ಕೃತಿಕ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ. ಬಲಿ ಜೋರಾದ ಚಪ್ಪಾಳೆ ಮಿಸಸ್ ರಾಧೆ ಜಗ್ಗಿ.
Project Samskriti is an endeavor to nurture and impart India's classical arts. Designed by Sadhguru, it offers programs to learn powerful chants, music, Bharatnatyam and Kalaripayattu, an ancient martial art form conducted by the rigorously trained students and alumni of Isha Samskriti. The art forms are imparted in their most profound form as possibilities for inner growth and transformation.
Project Samskriti is not today's idea. It's been in incubation for nearly 25 years. So this is an effort not to save the art form alone, but to bring up humanity to a higher level of existence within themselves.
Gentle source of life. To build our lives, our comforts, our luxuries, we have ignored her plea. Time is ticking away. It's time to reinvigorate and celebrate this gentle mother who has birthed us, fed us, and one who will embrace us into her bosom in our death. O Mother, in celebration of your grandeur, in concern for your well-being, in love with all that you are, we dance in tune to your rhythm as we are just a part of you.
Takita taka dhimmi takita taka dhimmi takita taka dhimmi takita taka dhimmi takita takita dhinkita takita dhinta taka dhimmi takita taka dhimmi takita dhinta kita taka dhimmi takita takita taka dhimmi taka dhimmi dhin kita dina kita tak kita tak kita din tak kita din kita dina kita din din tak kita tak kita din tak dimi tak kita tak kita din kita din tak kita din dina tak kita din tak dina tak kita tak dimi tak kita din tak kita tak dimi tak kita kita tak kita ding tak ding tak kita ding tak kita tak kita ding tak kita tak dina tak kita ding tak dimi tak ding tak kita ding kita dina kita ding tak kita ding kita dina kita ding tak dimi tak dim tak kita tak dimi tak dim tak kita ding tak dimi tak dimi tak kita ding
Beneath my feet, your soil. When you rise, you become a tree. Again, you fall as a leaf. Who are you? You come up as a crop. You give me life as food. Whether I am alive or dead, you are the only refuge. Who are you? You come as water. You come as milk. You come as honey. Who are you? If I eat, it is soil. If I breathe, it is soil. If I die, it is soil. Oh, my mother, who are you? Soil. In the root, there is a stalk. In the stalk, there is branch. In the branch, leaves, bud, flower and fruit, all rooted in soil. That is not our making. The soil, the very soul of all life, shall neither perish nor is created, but in a constant turnaround. A tree and a termite hill, the rough hide of an elephant and the fine silk of the spider, the beasts that you kill and the people that you love, all a recycle of soil, soil and soil. The magic of soil is it turns death into life. Depleted soils will not quench the fire of hunger. Unquenched hunger can burn the very world. This is a generational responsibility. Save soil. Let's make it happen.
Wow, what an amazing performance. I thank Mrs. Radhe Jaggi and Project Samskriti for such a delightful tribute to Mother Earth. It's wonderful to see these talented young artists supporting the world to unite for the Save Soil movement. Give them a big round of applause. Now, the Conscious Planet. The Save Soil movement is an effort to save our planet's soil from extinction. As occupants of shared planet, I'm asking you, are we going to be a regretful or responsible generation? I'm asking you. Responsible generation. Yes, wonderful. Here's presenting to you a video that explains the science behind the Save Soil movement.
We are talking about climate change, carbon emissions, and global warming and various other aspects. But we are not addressing soil. Soil is the habitat upon which zillions of lives thrive. Once there is no richness in soil, then you have forsaken the planet in many ways. Every responsible scientist in the world and the UN agencies are clearly saying we have only 80 to 100 harvests left. That means approximately 45 to 50 years of agricultural soil left on the planet. By 2045, we will be producing 40% less food than what we are producing right now, and our populations will be 9.3 billion people. The food shortages that could manifest in the next 25 years, the consequences of that is unimaginable. Civil wars will unfold across the world once there is food shortage. What we are facing now is soil extinction. Why is soil becoming extinct? Where is it going away? What is happening to our soil? We must understand, if you add organic content to sand, sand will turn into soil. If you remove all organic content from the soil, soil will become sand. In normal agricultural soil, the minimum organic content should be between 3 to 6%. The most minimum is 3%. At least this minimum to keep the soil alive, to keep the soil as living soil is a must. Agricultural soils across the world, the depletion is so heavy. In most countries, more than 50% of the topsoil is already gone in the last 100 years. The nutrient levels have dropped significantly. The level of micronutrients you would get from your food in early 20th century to what you are getting from the same food now has dropped 90%. If you ate one orange in 1920s, what you got from it, now in 2020, if you have to get the same, you will have to eat 8 oranges. This is what we have done to our food.
Soil is the biggest ecosystem on the planet, and so few people know anything about it. 1 teaspoon of healthy soil probably contains more microbes than there are people on Earth.
The microbial life in the first 12 to 15 inches of topsoil is the basis of our existence. It is this magic beneath our feet which has produced the life that we are. This first 12 to 15 inches of soil is the basis of life for 87% of life on this planet, including you and me.
We have to begin to recognize that what we call our soil, Mother Earth, is a living organism.
Open soils, ripped open by ploughing, open to sunlight, is the basis of destruction of microbial life. So the focus should be on agriculture, the focus should be on seeing that land is under shade as much as possible, some kind of shade, grasses, herbs, bushes, trees. So it's extremely important that soil regeneration is enshrined in the policy of every government on the planet. We must change the narrative on the planet that soil is a wealth, a legacy we have received from previous generations, and we have to pass it on as living soil for future generations. We are in a cusp of time. If you do the right things now, in the next 15 to 25 years, we can significantly turn this situation around and regenerate the soil. But if we allow this to progress like this for another 30 to 40 years, after 40 years if we attempt this, then it could take 150 to 200 years because that much loss of biodiversity would have happened. From 21st of March for 100 days, the whole world, every human being on the planet should talk soil. We must hear the word soil, save soil everywhere to see that the narrative on the planet changes towards the most vital aspect of our life, the soil. Each one of you should reach as many people as you can to make this happen. As a part of this, to activate support from the citizenry to assure the governments long-term investments will be appreciated. I'm 65 and I'm riding 30,000 kilometers, a lone motorcycle journey, 30,000 kilometers across 24 nations.
Sadhguru, thank you for what you're doing.
Dear Sadhguru, one of the world's voices and leaders on soil conservation.
وابدا بالنسبه لنا في رابطه العالم الاسلامي
As for the Muslim World League, we are completely ready to help you.
You've inspired me to think about soil very differently. I love what you say that we're all part of the solution and we all have a role to play.
This is my appeal to every one of you, because I don't want this COP15 to end as one more convention with more paper and more paper. This must end with concrete action, and action in such a way that it's implementable. It is implementable and we will see a distinct change in the coming few years.
This is a perfect confluence of how we see things and the importance of the soil. Save the soil.
Our soil needs nourishment. Save soil. Let us make it happen.
सदगुरु जी ने यात्रा की, दुनिया को मिट्टी के प्रति स्नेह तो पैदा हुआ ही होगा, लेकिन भारत की मिट्टी की ताकत का भी परिचय मिला होगा।
I salute you, your energy and your dedication, and my full support of what is needed from the Palestinian side.
You honor the people of this country. I want to thank you very much.
And the movement that you have taken up, I could not expect any more God's blessing than that.
Sadhguru, and this campaign is so important.
We're going to save the soil. Do your part.
Let's save soil and create a conscious planet.
Save soil.
Save our soil.
Save soil.
Sadhguru, save soil, my friend.
Save soil. Let's make it happen.
Antigua and Barbuda is part of the Save Soil mission.
We commend you for what you're doing. That is why we are happy to sign the MOU.
The science and philosophy that backs the thought behind the movement is tremendous.
We welcome you in Hyderabad and please show us the right direction towards policy.
Save soil. Let's make it happen.
It is time to save the soil.
Save soil.
Save soil. Let's make it happen.
We know what we must do, so let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen. Let's make this happen.
Let us make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Save soil. Let's make it happen.
Soil is not our property. It's a legacy that's come to us from previous generations, and we must pass it on as living soil for future generations.
State, Shri B.S. Yediyurappa ji, Honorable Health Minister Dr. Sudhakar ji, Honorable Minister of Primary and Secondary Education Shri Nagesh ji, And also I request dear Sadhguru to please come on with us. ಇಷ್ಟೇನಾ ಚಪ್ಪಾಳೆ? ಬರ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೂ ಜೋರಾಗಿ. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. Now I request dear Sadhguru to please give the welcome address.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ನಮ್ಮ ಮಾಜಿ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಅವರು ಯಡಿಯೂರಪ್ಪನವರು ದೊಡ್ಡವರು, ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಬೊಮ್ಮಾಯಿನವರು ಪ್ರೀತಿಯಾದವರು, ನಮ್ಮ ಚಿಕ್ಕಬಳ್ಳಾಪುರದ ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರು, ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್, ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಇದು ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಟ್ರೈಯಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಕನ್ನಡ, ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಗಿವ್ ಮಿ ಸಮ್ ಟೈಮ್. Okay. I must tell you that Karnataka has been a landmark development in terms of Kaveri calling about… Please, the audio, whoever is managing the audio, it's been misery right from the beginning, please. Hello? Yeah, please. So, the former chief ministers of this state, many of them are not here, from Sadanand Gowda to… I can't get all the names, I'm so sorry. But every chief minister who's been in Karnataka, the important thing is, irrespective of parties, they continued the policy. And today Karnataka is the only government in the country which is giving farmers 125 rupees subsidy per tree. A growth-related subsidy, which is a revolution in the country, which is very, very essential. It was Shri Yadiyurappaji who signed that process, but this is what is needed in the country if we want soil to regenerate in this nation. We need plant life and animal life. We need encouragement, we need incentives to have plant life and animal life on the land, and this 125 rupees per tree subsidy is a significant step in that direction. Many more things need to be done, but I'm sure the level of enthusiasm and commitment that this leadership has will go in that way. But to put this in perspective, last… I've forgotten how many days, maybe 93 or 94 days now, and I've been on road. What is the number of kilometers covered? Must be 27,400 something right now. And this is probably the 598th event since 94 days. So, this has not only been a long journey, this has been an incredible activity, and volunteers all over the world, from UK to Europe to Central Asia to Arabia and Africa, they have done such a fantastic job. I don't have to say anything about India and all the states that we passed through, from Gujarat, Rajasthan, UP, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh. Every one of the states have signed MOUs with Save Soil Movement, and of course here We have already signed the agreement with the Karnataka government. This is a forward step. When I started this movement in London, the day before I started this, a lady journalist came to interview me and she said, Sadhguru, what is the problem with you? Soil, who's going to support you for soil? Who ever told you that soil will be supported by people? This is the most unromantic thing you're doing. I've followed you for so long, but this is the most unromantic thing you're doing. Nobody is going to support you for soil. 4 days ago, we got a metric from a company or an agency which is doing the reading for social media. 4 days ago, we have touched over 3.2 billion people. So this shows that people are not unaware, people are not insensitive, it's just that it's never been activated. In the last 2.5 years, as I traveled and met many agriculture ministries across the world, what I realized was, everybody knows the problem, everybody generally knows the direction of the solution, but they've all been waiting for an idiot to come and bell the cat. So here I am, and fortunately, the leadership in the state is with us, and Karnataka should be a lead state in regenerating its soil, because very proudly, right from childhood in schools, every child reads Kaveri, Indama, Godavari, Varege, all that stuff, that this is a rich land like no other. But that is not entirely true today because of the last 50 years of monoculture type of industrial agriculture that we have done. Very easily this soil can be turned around. If you do not know this, south of Deccan Plateau, for some reason, the number of species present in a handful of soil is the highest in the world. We do not know why it is so, there's no scientific reason for this, but there's no scientific explanation for this rather, but the highest number of species are found, higher than rainforests. That is what it is in this land. If we do not revive this, it's a crime. It's really a crime that such a rich land, we brought it to this state. Kaveri region has always been one of the most significant agricultural regions in the world for the latitudinal spread that we have in this country from Kanyakumari to Himalayas. And 60% of the population still has agricultural skills in their hands. When we have such a latitudinal spread, we have rich soil and 60% of the population has agricultural skills. If we handle this right now, in the next 10 years' time, if we turn this around significantly, anything that anybody wants anywhere in the world, we can grow it in this country. We can become the breadbasket of this world, we have the potential. It's my intent that we should take charge of this, because ultimately, we do not know. We do not know what will be in fashion after 25 years, whether people will want to drive cars or not, whether people will want to do this or that or not. But believe me, even after 100 years, people will still want to eat. So we should take charge of this, because it is not a small thing that 60% of the country's population still has agricultural skills. Because we have this image and attitude within us, especially urban populations, I'm saying, villager means, he knows nothing. He's a fool because he doesn't know how to find his way through the city. But I'm telling you, you may have an MBA from a foreign university. I'll give you 10 acres, grow me 5 different crops for me, let me see. You cannot. I'm telling you, even if you're an MSc in agriculture, you cannot do it, because there's an intrinsic knowledge that the farmer has. For thousands of years, it's been inculcated. If we lose this, in many ways we lose the nation. If we lose the soil, for sure we lose the nation. We are a nation with 4% of land, world's land, 4% of world's land we have, but we have 17.6% of the world's population. So this is a challenge, and at the same time it's a tremendous possibility, but it's important we handle this right. I believe that Karnataka will take a lead role in this with a dynamic leadership, and the former leaders who have stood by us and made this happen for every one of us, I thank you and welcome them. I request the Chief Minister and Shri Yadurappa ji to speak, and also the ministers. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Sadhguru. As a part of Safe Soil movement, on this historic day at Bengaluru, the Karnataka government and Isha Outreach shall be signing a memorandum of understanding to rejuvenate Karnataka's soil. I request our Honorable Chief Minister of Karnataka, Shri Basavaraj Bommai ji, and Sadhguru to please come on the dais. I ask them to be a part of the milestone step towards improving soil health in the state, with the Safe Soil movement and the state government working hand in hand. I request our Honorable Chief Minister of Karnataka, Basavaraj Bommai sir and Sadhguru to exchange the MOUs to ensure a healthy future for soil. And also, Government of Karnataka has signed MOU with Isha Outreach to work together to help farmers of Kaveri Basin plant trees on their land to revive Mother Kaveri. Can we up the... I request all of you to please hold your cards. Safe soil cards. All of you. Can we all say safe soil? Safe soil. ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲೂ ಹೇಳೋಣ, ಮಣ್ಣನ್ನು ಉಳಿಸಿ, ಮಣ್ಣು ಉಳಿಸಿ. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಸೇಫ್ ಸಾಯಿಲ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಮಣ್ಣು ಉಳಿಸಿ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಎತ್ತಿ ಹಿಡಿರಿ, ಹೆಮ್ಮೆಯಿಂದ ಎತ್ತಿ ಹಿಡಿರಿ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು. ಓಕೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮಣ್ಣು ಮಣ್ಣು ಮಣ್ಣು. ಈ ಕಡೆ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ. ಸೇಫ್ 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 ಸೇಫ್. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅಮೇಜಿಂಗ್.
Soil revitalization handbook that was developed for India. We developed such documents, unique documents for 193 nations based on the latitudinal position, soil type, economic conditions and agricultural traditions of the given nation. 193 documents have been distributed. This is for Karnataka. I am presenting this to Shri. Soil policy. This is a economic policy, as three-pronged policy for the farmers, incentive policies.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಾಜಿ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳಾದಂತಹ ಶ್ರೀ ಯಡಿಯೂರಪ್ಪಾಜಿ ಅವರನ್ನ ನಾನು ವೇದಿಕೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಕರೆದು ಎಲ್ಲರನ್ನು ಉದ್ದೇಶಿಸಿ, ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಉದ್ದೇಶಿಸಿ ಮಾತಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊತೀನಿ. ಯಡಿಯೂರಪ್ಪ ಸರ್.
ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್ ಸಂಸ್ಥಾಪಕರಾದಂಥ ಸದ್ಗುರುಗಳ the founder of Isha Foundation, I salute to Shri Sadhguru Ji, Chief Minister Shri Bommai Ji, Health Minister Shri Sudhakar Ji, Education Minister Shri Nagesh Ji, those who are supporting the Save Soil movement and gathered here today, and friends of media. For around 100 days, after traveling 30,000 kilometers around the world, Sadhguru has today reached here. In this Save Soil movement, we are partnering with joy. This movement is the necessity of today, everyone knows that. From the beginning of 21st century, we have been having very concerning situation in the world. Our environment has turned against us in many ways. There has been floods around the world, heat waves around the world. Many such extreme environmental situations have been troubling us. This is our own making, there is no doubt in this. My friends, it doesn't matter how much developed our civilization is. What a human being needs is pure air to breathe and pure water to drink, healthy food to eat, and after that comes clothes and shelter. Our environment is so polluted that we don't have pure air, pure water, and healthy food. We have been struggling for these necessities. Although our earth is 70% covered by water, 70% of the land, drinking water is just 0.3%. 13.4 billion hectare land is available for agriculture. That is the total land, and 1.2 billion hectare is available for agriculture. For the sake of our temporary needs, we have been ruining these natural resources. If we continue this, the entire life on the planet will be finished. There is no doubt in that. We have heard kings fighting for kingdoms. And today we see many countries fighting for petrol and diesel. And now I think that in the near future there will be fight between countries for water. In this situation, the Save Soil movement that Sadhguruji has taken up is very relevant and meaningful. The governments which are ruling and common public should come awake and participate in this movement. and save our environment.
I am much delighted to the part of this Save Soil campaign organized by Sadhguru Isha Foundation. This campaign is need of the hour. As we are aware that of the total 70% of water available in this globe, only 0.3% is available for us to drink. Of total 11.3 billion hectares of the global land surface, about 11%, that is 1.5 billion hectares only is used in crop production. The fertility of the soil is being reduced day by day, leading to the shortage of food as well as a deficiency in nutritional value, resulting in various diseases. Reduction of the organic matter in the soil will reduce the water retention capacity of the soil, results in scarcity of potable drinking water. Though the policies are formulated to conserve the resources, you are not serious in implementing. Jagadguru Vasudeva Isha Foundation organized this movement to bring the awareness among the policy makers and the public to work towards the noble work of saving the soil for the next generation. The Save Soil movement, started by the Sadhguru as long motorcyclist on 21st March 2022, covering 30,000 kilometers across 27 countries, is a noble work by the Sadhguru for the benefit of the world. I wish all the citizens to be the part of this campaign for the good cause. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಸರ್, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅದ್ಭುತವಾದ ಮಾತುಗಳಿಗೆ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ಇನ್ನು ಕೆಲವು ನಿಮಿಷದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಿರುವಂತಹ ಸದ್ಗುರು ಅವರು ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನೆಲ್ಲರನ್ನು ಉದ್ದೇಶಿಸಿ ಸೇವ್ ಸಾಯಿಲ್ ಉದ್ದೇಶಿಸಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ now I request our Honorable Chief Minister of Karnataka, Shri Basavaraj Bommai ji, to please come and address the audience.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರಗಳು. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕನ್ನಡದ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರಗಳು. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಮಣ್ಣನ್ನು ಉಳಿಸಿ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರಗಳು. ಈ ನಮ್ಮ ಜನ್ಮಿತ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಪ್ರಭಾವಶಾಲಿ ಮಾನವೀಯತೆಯ ಗುಣಗಳ ಪುನರ್ಸ್ಥಾಪನೆ ಮಾಡುವ ಮತ್ತು ಜನಜಾಗೃತಿ ಮಾಡುವ
one who has come to re-establish human values,
ಜಗತ್ತಿನ ಭವಿಷ್ಯವನ್ನು ಬರೆಯುವ ಸದ್ಗುರುಜಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ನನ್ನ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರಗಳು.
to uplift the people and to write the future of the world, our Sadhguruji, I salute to him. Our beloved leader, guide, the one who has stood by farmers, and many people don't know this. he has also started programs to save soil many years ago. Shri Yadiyurappa ji, I pay my respects to him. And our health minister Shri Sudhakar ji, and our education minister Shri Nagesh ji, and ladies and gentlemen, and our friends in media who have gathered here. This is a very rare event. Many events take place about environment. Many events take place about politics, about development. We conduct many events like this, but the one that is the basis of our existence and the one that is responsible for our good future and the most important of all the 5 elements: soil, Mother Earth. How many people talk about this? How many people follow that? How many governments follow that? Why has this not happened, and why should this happen? For all these questions, only one man has been awakening us and giving us an answer, is our Pujya Shri Sadhguru ji. Where is the Creator? Where is God? This is the first question. Why have we come on this planet Earth?
Why we are existing in this Mother Earth, on this Mother Earth? What is the purpose of our life?
Namaji, what is the purpose of our life? These 3 questions all human beings should always carry, that awakens human beings. These questions: where is God? God is in these 5 elements. He is in soil, He is in the air, He is in fire, He is in water. All these 5 elements, among that the most important is soil. In this earth, all 5 elements are included. There is, in soil there is air, in soil there is water, in soil there is fire. All the 5 elements are included in soil or Mother Earth.
ಭೂಮಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅಗ್ನಿ ಕುಂಡವೇ ಇದೆ, ಜ್ವಾಲೆ ಇದೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ತಣಿಸುವಂತ ನೀರಿದೆ. ಅದ್ಭುತವಾದಂತ ಒಂದು
There is fire inside earth, there is water in the soils.
ಜೀವಗಳ ಸಂಕುಲ
Only because all these are there, life is happening on the planet incessantly. If we just put one seed of any crop, be it corn or rice, a magic will happen and thousands of crops will spring up. That is the magic that soil holds. Do you know any other thing in your life? Have you known any other thing which, if you give one seed, it gives you back 1,000 seeds? Even spiritually, soil is significant. Our life is from the womb of our mother to the womb of Mother Earth.
in Mother Earth womb. So our entire journey is from one womb to the another womb. Mother womb gives us birth. Mother Earth womb gives us life. Both are equally important. One who gives birth and one gives life. Now the question is, what is the purpose of our life? Is the purpose to destroy all the nature, destroy the ecology, destroy the environment, destroy the soil, water, which we have inherited from our forefathers? They have really toiled hard to maintain the strength of this Mother Earth. As our Sadhguruji has said, the first 15 inch of the earth is giving us life, is giving us food. You know, to develop 1 inch of that olive oil soft soil which gives us life takes 600 years. 1 inch will take 600 years. And if we destroy 1 inch of soil, it will take us back to 600 years. That is the concern. That is the worry of Sadhguruji. He is a very, 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 very sensitive person. He is such a live wire between the Creator and us. He wants that life to continue. Therefore, the campaign has started. The earth is so important for us. And I want to tell you one thing. My leader, Shri Yediyurappa, when he was a chief minister during 2008 and 2012, he started one program, Bhu Chetana. He started a Bhu Chetana program. The Bhu Chetana program was to increase the organic content in the soil. We put all our agriculture scientists to know the deficiency of which organic content in the soil and provide that particular organic content to the soil, so that the strength of the soil is also retained and the farmers will get better yield. ಆ ಮಣ್ಣಿನ ಸಾರವನ್ನ ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಮಣ್ಣಲ್ಲಿ ನೈಸರ್ಗಿಕ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಯಾವುದು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇದೆ, ಆರ್ಗಾನಿಕ್ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಯಾವುದು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇದೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ಸರಿದೂಗಿಸುವಂತ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವೇ ಭೂಚೇತನ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ. And Rice University of Philippines gave a special award to Government of Karnataka for this program. That is the visionary work. ಆ ದೂರದೃಷ್ಟಿಯ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ನಾಯಕರಾದಂಥ ಯಡಿಯೂರಪ್ಪನವರು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು. ಇವತ್ತು ಸದ್ಗುರುಜಿ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಕರೆದು ಮಾತನಾಡಿಸಿರುವಂತಹದ್ದು ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಯೋಗ್ಯವಾಗಿದೆ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಮಾತನ್ನ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಇಚ್ಛೆ ಪಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಇದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಯಾರು ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಇದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಶ್ರದ್ಧೆ ಯಾರಿಗಿದೆ, ಅವರನ್ನ ಇವತ್ತು ಕರೆದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾನು ಸದ್ಗುರುಜಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಅಭಿನಂದನೆಗಳನ್ನು ನಾನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸಕ್ಕೆ ಇಚ್ಛೆ ಪಡ್ತೇನೆ. As far as the journey of Sadhguruji is concerned, this will be written in the history of saving the Mother Earth. This will be the foreword of the chapter, foreword of the book, which will be written after 20-25 years, that here is one person who woke up to save the Mother Earth, soil. Not only he woke up, he brought in awareness and woke up the entire people of this globe to think of the energy which has created us. And he literally, his campaign has to be successful. It has to be successful not only for us, not only for every citizen on this planet, but it should be successful for the born child and yet to be born child, the future of this earth. Otherwise, if we don't make it successful, we will all be culprits. We will all be culprits. Culprits of what? Culprits of stealing from the future. Our forefathers have given a good Mother Earth. And if we don't give good Mother Earth to our next generation, our children and grandchildren, that means we are stealing from the future. We are stealing their bread. Therefore, Sadhguruji, in the advent of saving the soil, you are saving us from being culprit, which we are supposed to steal from the future. Therefore, it's a great cause. It's a great cause for nature. It's a great cause for the future. And it's a great cause for our character also. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಆ ಒಂದು ನೈತಿಕ ಶಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಪಡೆಯಲು ಸದ್ಗುರುಜಿ ಅವರ ವಿಚಾರಧಾರೆಯನ್ನು 27,800 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ಪ್ರಯಾಣ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. In his video he was telling, I am 65 years old. Sorry Sadhguruji, a small amendment. You are not 65 years old. You are 65 years very young. You have a long way to travel. You have a long way to reach the goal. You have created a new orientation, new path. And as a government, we have not only signed the MOU, I promise that we will do everything under the command to save soil. ಮಣ್ಣನ್ನು ಉಳಿಸಲು ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಜಶಕ್ತಿ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಳಕೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಮಾತನ್ನು ನಾನು ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಇಚ್ಛೆ ಪಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಇದು ನಮ್ಮ ಕಮಿಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಇದು ನಮ್ಮ ಬದ್ಧತೆ. ಒಂದು ರಾಜ್ಯ ನಿಸರ್ಗವನ್ನು ಉಳಿಸುವಂಥದ್ದು ಅದು ರಾಜ್ಯ ಧರ್ಮ. ಆ ರಾಜ್ಯ ಧರ್ಮವನ್ನು ನಾನು ಪಾಲಿಸ್ತೇನೆ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಮಾತನ್ನ ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಇಚ್ಛೆ ಪಡ್ತೇನೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಯಡಿಯೂರಪ್ಪನವರ ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶನದಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ವರ್ಷ 100 ಕೋಟಿ ರೂಪಾಯಿಯನ್ನ ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಬಜೆಟ್, ಎಕಾಲಜಿಕಲ್ ಬಜೆಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇವೆ ಈ ಸತಿ.
This year we have kept 100 crore rupees for ecological budget.
ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ ಎಕಾಲಜಿಕಲ್ ಬಜೆಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿರುವಂತಹ ಮೊದಲನೇ ರಾಜ್ಯ ಅದು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ.
Karnataka is the first state which has created ecological budget.
We will find out what is the ecological deficit and we have to make good of the deficit through eco budgeting. ಆದ್ರಿಂದ ಆ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಮಣ್ಣನ್ನು ಉಳಿಸಲು ಹಲವಾರು ದಾರಿಗಳಿದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಟ್ರೀ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟೇಶನ್ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಬೇಕು, ಟ್ರೀ ಕವರ್ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಬೇಕು.
There are many things that has to be done to save soil. Tree cover has to increase, organic content has to increase. There are 10 agro-climatic zones in Karnataka. Whatever action plans are needed for that and whatever implementation is needed for that, we will begin immediately. And to arrest the salination of soil, we will do what is needed. Around 2.5 lakh hectare land is barren. To revitalize that, we are committed. We will keep renewing this MOU as needed in the future. Under the guidance of soil scientists, let us create healthy nature for us all. In Karnataka, we had 32-33% forest cover. Now it is 24%. It has come down. In the next few years, we want to increase it again to 30%. We have designed projects for this. For this, the citizens also have to involve. Government alone cannot make this happen. So I seek your support and involvement in saving the soil, in saving the environment. Let us save the soil of Karnataka. In this important event, all of you have gathered in big numbers. All of you have very different professions, but the ones that live with soil are farmers. Those farmers have made sure that the soil has been kept alive. Let us support them. Let us see what can be done to revitalize soil and increase the income of the farmers. Let us take a pledge that in a month, the 4 Sundays, we will go to nearby villages and meet the farmers and see how things happen there. I seek all your support, and I thank Sadhguruji for arranging this event, and this journey of soil, this journey of nature, I thank him for involving me in this. Thank you very much.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಸರ್. ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಬಹುಶಃ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಬೊಮ್ಮಾಯಿ ಸರ್ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಬಹಳ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಕಾಣುತ್ತೆ. ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳು ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಎಲ್ಲರನ್ನೂ ಉದ್ದೇಶಿಸಿ ಅರ್ಥಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಬರಲಿ ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಚಪ್ಪಾಳೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಬೊಮ್ಮಾಯಿ ಸರ್ಗೆ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸರ್, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸೋ ಮಚ್. Now I request our Honorable Health Minister, Dr. Sudhakar ji, to please come and address the audience.
ಸದ್ಗುರು ಜಗ್ಗಿ ವಾಸುದೇವ್ರವರ ಪಾದ ಕಮಲಗಳಿಗೆ ಮೊದಲು ಶಿರಸಾಷ್ಟಾಂಗ ನಮನಗಳನ್ನು ಅರ್ಪಿಸುತ್ತಾ, ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ನೆಚ್ಚಿನ ನಾಯಕರು, ಈ ರಾಜ್ಯ ಕಂಡಂಥ ಕಾಮನ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಚೀಫ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೆಗ್ಗಳಿಕೆಯನ್ನು ಪಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ, ಈಗ ತಾನೇ ತಮ್ಮನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಮಾಡಿ ಅರ್ಥಗರ್ಭಿತವಾದಂಥ ಭಾಷಣದ ಮೂಲಕ ಹುಬ್ಳಿಗೆ ತೆರಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ನಮ್ಮ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಶ್ರೀ ಬಸವರಾಜ್ ಬೊಮ್ಮಾಯಿಯವರವರೇ, ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ನೆಚ್ಚಿನ ನಾಯಕರು, ಈ ರಾಜ್ಯ ಕಂಡಂತಹ ಅಪರೂಪದ ರಾಜಕಾರಣಿಗಳು, ಹುಟ್ಟು ಹೋರಾಟಗಾರರು, ಮಣ್ಣನ್ನು ಉಳಿಸಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಅನೇಕ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳನ್ನು ಅವರ ಅವಧಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನೀಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಹಿರಿಯ ಮುತ್ಸದ್ದಿಗಳು ಶ್ರೀ BS ಯಡಿಯೂರಪ್ಪಜಿಯವರೇ,
projects to save soil in the previous years, Shri Yadiyurappaji, and my friend and Education Minister Shri Nagesh ji. and the followers of Sadhguru who have come here from around the country, and my friends in media. Truly, it is not possible, it is impossible to tell that Sadhguruji is 65 years old. When we were sitting on the sofa and when he came on his motorbike, is he a spiritual guru or is he a spiritual star? I was amazed, thinking that in this 21st century, one Indian spiritual guru today to save soil, to save nature, has been ambassador for the entire globe. He has been a true international ambassador. Even personally, I have a lot of love towards him because his mother is from my place, Chikkaballapur. I requested him, in Coimbatore you have built such an amazing place, why don't you do something in your own mother's place?
It's not just that the January 14th Sankranti 2023, the Adi Yogi will be unveiled for the world in Chikkaballapur. ಯಾಕೆ ಮಾತನ್ನ ಈಗ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಮಣ್ಣನ್ನು ಉಳಿಸುವಂತ
ಅನಾವರಣಗೊಳ್ಳಲಿದೆ. Why I am telling this in this Save Soil movement is to point out his commitment and responsibility. The commitment with which he decided to build a new kshetra in Chikkaballapur, with the same commitment he has taken up Save Soil. Whatever our previous generations have given us, the pure water and live soil, we have to hand over the same pure nature to the future generations. It is our commitment and our responsibility. He is teaching us this through his actions.
Nature has given everything for our need, but not for our greed. ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಇವತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಅಗತ್ಯಗಳಿಗಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಿ ಬೇಡಿಕೆಯನ್ನು ಇಟ್ಟಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ಆ ಮಣ್ಣನ್ನ ಹಾಳು ಮಾಡುವಂತ ಕೆಲಸ ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ.
Essential needs. Because of that, we have been converting the soils into barren lands. However, we take care of the soil in the same way the soil will take care of us. We are the children of this nation. We are the children of this land. We revere Shri Rama. When we worship Shri Rama, we worship Sita Mata also. And Sita Mata is the daughter of soil. Therefore, with the same sacredness, we have to take care of our soil. We have to come up with a new definition today. Who is the children of soil? Whoever takes care of soil they are children of soil, and Sadhguru has given this definition. Sadhguru has traveled, just in 100 days, has traveled 30,000 kilometers on this motorbike. So, per day, minimum, he has traveled 300 kilometers. He has covered almost 24 nations. And one more thing that you have to take note of is that he did not put any borders for himself in this commitment. He has gone to nations which practice Islam. He has gone to Christian nations. He has gone to Buddhist nations.
That is why we should all be proud as Indians. An Indian Guru is trying to unify this world through this meaningful campaign program to save soil. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರೆ, ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಸದ್ಗುರುವ ಸೈನ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬ ಸೈನಿಕನಾಗಿ,
therefore we have to become a soldier in Sadhguru's army and work towards this. Let us play our role according to our competence and capability. Let us join in this sacred work of Save Soil. Whenever I see him, I get thrilled, and today also when I saw him, I am thrilled. Let all of us have his blessings.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಸರ್. ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿಗೆ ಹತ್ರ ಚಿಕ್ಕಬಳ್ಳಾಪುರಲ್ಲಿ ಈಶಾ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿ ಒಂಥರ ಕಿವಿ ಪಾವನ ಆಯಿತು. ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ? ಖಂಡಿತವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಆ ಒಂದು ಸಮಾರಂಭದ ಉದ್ಘಾಟನೆಯ ಆಂಕರಿಂಗ್ ಕೂಡ ನನಗೆ ಸಿಗಲಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊತೀನಿ. ಎಸ್, ನೌ I request our Honorable Minister of Primary and Secondary Education, Shri Nagesh ji, to please come and address the audience.
ಈ ಶ್ರೇಷ್ಠ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ನೇತೃತ್ವವನ್ನು ವಹಿಸಿ ಸದಾ ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಸ್ಫೂರ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ತುಂಬುತ್ತಿರುವಂಥ ಸದ್ಗುರು ಅವರ ಪಾದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮಸ್ಕರಿಸುತ್ತಾ, ಈ ನಾಡು ಕಂಡಂಥ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಶ್ರೇಷ್ಠ ನಾಯಕ
and one of the great leaders that Karnataka has seen, one who has stood by farmers and the people of this state, the one who has inspired us, our beloved leader Shri Yadiyurappa ji, and my friend and minister Shri Sudhakar ji, and ladies and gentlemen, the work that the government should have done, Sadhguru ji is doing that work now. It is our privilege and it is teaching us what is responsibility. We have all come here only to listen to Sadhguru, not to listen to us. But why Sadhguru ji has called us here is that he wanted us to remember our responsibility. The responsibility that we have forgotten, he is reminding us that. As Sudhakar ji said, he is reminding the whole world in this short time. our country is a special country. We revere the 5 elements. We worship the 5 elements. But we have forgotten something about it, and Sadhguruji is reminding us about it. And Yediyurappa ji, when he was the chief minister, he took up projects for organic farming and tried to revitalize the soil. We are all waiting for Sadhguru to speak. I would like to tell that I will fulfill Sadhguruji's desire in the next year. Sadhguruji told me that even children should get this mindset that soils should be saved. So I promise that I will add these details in the curriculum, school curriculum. So I thank everyone and would like to end my speech.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಸರ್. ಬಹಳ ಚಿಕ್ಕದಾದರೂ ಚೊಕ್ಕದಾಗಿ ಬಹಳ ಅರ್ಥಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರಿ. ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಸರ್. ಈಗ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇರುವಂಥ ಕ್ಷಣ. I know you all have been waiting from so long just to witness Sadhguru. ಅವರ ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನ ಕೇಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ, ಅವರನ್ನ ನೋಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ. ಸೊ ಒಂದ್ಸಲಿ ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಸೇವ್ ಸಾಯಿಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದಾ? ಸದ್ಗುರು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ ಬರಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಇನ್ನೂ ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು. ಎಸ್, ದೇರ್ ಯು ಆರ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಸದ್ಗುರು ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಬಂದು ಇಷ್ಟು ಜನರನ್ನು ಉದ್ದೇಶಿಸಿ, ಇಡೀ ಪ್ರಪಂಚವನ್ನು ಉದ್ದೇಶಿಸಿ ಮಾತಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊತೀನಿ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
Little bit. Hello. Yep.
Kalo न जानति तव जननम कालो न जानति तव समापनम दृष्टो मया तव महाकारः योगेश्वर काल काल योगेश्वर काल काल.
Namaskaram. Namaskaram to everyone. Namaskaram, Sir Yediyurappa. Sri Yediyurappa ji is a significant part of Kaveri calling. Kaveri calling is what it is mainly because of him. Well, I think we have spoken enough about soil. You know much about it these days. Can I assume that? Hello? Last 3 months, I think you've been blasted with too much soil content. So, why has soil come to this point? What is it that we are doing wrong? This is about the human being. Are you in the same species? I'm just checking. Hello? What a human being means is, he is the flower of evolution, the peak of evolution on this planet at least. Of all the other creatures, millions of them. If you go into the microbial level, zillions of them. Compared to all of them, human being is the very peak of evolution. In terms of intelligence, in terms of competence, in terms of ability to destroy and create, human being stands above every other creature. Because for all other creatures, nature has fixed their life, 90%, what they can do and cannot do. Only 10% latitude it has given them to find expression to their own intelligence. But with the human being, when you're born, you come unformed. Only 10% is fixed by nature, 90% is left in your hands. Such an amount of trust of all the millions and millions of species, this one species got this trust from nature and creation that we could leave you free and you will do the right things. Many of you are parents, you would like to leave your children as free as possible, but always the fear they may do the wrong thing. Hello? Hello? No, these are all young people, they don't want to say anything about that. This is the whole thing. Everybody would like to liberate everybody else and themselves, but the fear of what will happen, will they do the wrong things? Right now, I think Mother Earth is seriously thinking this, did I do the wrong thing leaving these idiots free? Hello? I called all of you idiots, you're not saying anything. This is the only thing that's happened, that human intelligence has reached such a peak. It is useful only if you conduct it consciously. The moment you conduct this intelligence compulsively, it is a worse tool because it has reached that level of cerebral capability. If I ask you a simple question, would you like… because I'm going to bless you now, those of you who stay silent, I'm going to bless you, it's up to you. Yes, no, nothing, you get blessed accordingly. Do you want your intelligence to be sharp or blunt? Oh. So if you are given something very sharp in your hand, now this hand must be very conscious and steady and stable. If this is like… intestines will come out. Why is it that we don't give a sharp knife to a child's hand? Not because knife is dangerous, nor is child dangerous. It is simply that child is unconscious and unsteady. Because of that, he may cause harm to himself or to somebody else. Right now, that is the only thing. You have been given an intelligence of a certain level of sharpness, and you are unconscious and compulsive. This is why soil is the way it is. Still in pursuit of happiness, after thousands of years of civilization, millions of years of evolution, still human beings still don't know how to be peaceful, to sit at ease, to be joyful. These are still challenges. Lot of them have given up hope and they want to go to heaven. Because they think being peaceful, joyful, loving is not possible here. This is being sold all over the world and lot of people have taken this as a part of their day-to-day thing. If you say peace, they say divine peace. If you say love, they say divine love. No, they say God is love. If you say joy or bliss, they say divine bliss. See, these are all human qualities that some of you are actively exporting it to heaven. Do we need it here or shall we send it to heaven? Peace, joy, love, blissfulness, shall we keep it here among us or shall we export it to heaven? Keep it here. If you want to keep it here, the only thing is simply this, that you are being referred to as a human being. We did not call any other creature on this planet as a being. We did not call an amoeba being, an elephant being, an ant being, a tiger being. Only you are referred to as a being because you're supposed to know how to be. What a joke, huh? Hello? You are supposed to know how to be. At least this one qualification you must earn in your life. If you sit in one place, you know how to be. Hello? At least this much. This one thing if you do, just this one thing if you do, churning back every problem into your solution is not a great thing, it can be just done like that. We have the intelligence, we have the capability, we have the means, we have the technologies, it can be done. Only problem is, human beings still do not know how to be. They're still behaving like other creatures. Then we must slice your brain, part of it, and throw it away. With half a brain, then you don't have to know how to be, because anyway you would be peaceful. See, if you had the brain of an earthworm, you would not only be peaceful, you would also be eco-friendly. Hello? The problem is this big brain, isn't it? This much intelligence needs awareness and consciousness. If there is no consciousness, if there is compulsiveness, then this intelligence is super damaging. That's all that's happened. Now, in pursuit of human happiness, see, I want you to understand who destroyed the soil, because everybody thinks if something is gone wrong, there must be somebody that we can beat up. Always, all ecological movements, unfortunately, in the world are running like that. A few teenagers walking on the street shouting, kill them, do this, do that. There is no one evil force on the planet which has damaged the soil. There is no one evil force somewhere in the universe damaging the soil. It is all in pursuit of our human happiness and well-being that this has happened. So every one of us, knowingly, unknowingly, we are partners in this destruction. The only way around is every one of us, all the human beings, become partners in the solution. There is simply no other way. Okay, you're still not sleeping, all right? Because I'm coming to Bengaluru in the next few months and spend significant time here. If this is a sleeping city, I must think. They asked me, Sadhguru, which city in India is best for you, we will set it up there. I said, see, probably Bengaluru city is the best city for me. Because considering my handicap, that I can't really speak any other language for nuts. Because of that, Bengaluru city has the highest English-speaking population, so I said, this is the best city, let's go there. And in the meantime, you know, a brother from Chikaballapur, who has his own intentions for his own little town, he has his own intentions, and somehow everything fell together. And 14th of January, we will be unveiling 112 feet tall Adi Yogi. I want you to understand, appreciate and get ready for this. This is what Isha teams are. In about 7.5 months, we are building a 112 feet tall statue, getting it ready and inaugurating it, okay? I have just inquired, is there anybody else in the world who can do it? Nobody is willing to take such an order and do it in 7.5 months and build a statue like that. That is just one thing. No, I'm just coming to you, I'm coming to you. And for example, this movement, well, last 2.5 years' time, we formed a Conscious Planet Trust in United States, where I kept everybody in the Isha Foundation completely in the dark. Nobody even knew that such a thing has happened. Only on 3rd of January for the first time, I spoke to about 15 to 20 core people in the foundation, say, we need to do this globally. They said, no, 2.5 months, how can we do this? 2023, we will save soil. I said, no, it's 2022, it has to be rolled out. But what about the pandemic, what about Corona will come, Europe again is rising, this is happening. Only on 1st of March in Mahashivratri, I announced to the larger groups of volunteers. But we have made some enquiries with professional teams who organize tours and adventure tours and all this, can they do something? Everybody looking at our schedule and the madness of what we were doing, they said, no, we cannot do this. But these 94 or 95 days, I've lost track of days, these 27 nations, meeting important leaders, many meetings. As I said, this is 598th event. That many events, logistics, videography, social media teams working seamlessly across the world, day or night, because in different nations when I'm there, for our teams it is middle of the night or day or whatever. I don't think, I'm not saying this to boast about our own members, I'm saying this in awe of our volunteers, what they've pulled off, every one of them, those who traveled with us, those who did not travel with us, but every one of them. So I'm warning you, Bangalore, people of Bangalore, once I come here, there's lots of work. Hello? What is that? Is it a protest or is it… Once I come here, there's lots of work. See, to give you a simple understanding of this, see, this is very simple. Already the video might have said it already, but let me explain this to you once again. This is very simple. If you take a bucket of sand, put sufficient organic content into the bucket and plant whatever you want, boom, it'll grow. Because now sand has turned into soil. If you take soil, take away all the organic content, put whatever you want, nothing will grow because soil has turned into sand. Why is soil turning into sand across the world? Because this is across the world, not a single nation, not even a single nation in the entire world has the minimum 3% organic content. The highest that we find is in Northern Europe, which is 1.48%. Southern Europe is 1.1%. United States is 1.25%. India is 0.68%. Africa is 0.3%. Anything below 1% is considered seriously desertification. That's where we are. With 1.3 billion people on our hands, with rich land, with 60% of the population engaged in agriculture, this is where we are. This is a deadly dangerous thing. Problem is, we have such a short memory span. Just 75–80 years ago, we had terrible famines in this country. The 1942 famine took 3.2 million people. 3.2 million lives were lost in this country in 1942. This has happened all across the world. What is a famine? Because you as a generation, we have not seen it as a generation of people. Famine means a slow fade on life. It's not like somebody's going to come and shoot you and you're dead. You slow fade on life. It's the most painful and horrible way to die is a famine situation. There have been situations where when famines happen, civilization collapses completely. But more than that, once humanity collapses, there have been situations all over the world, I don't want to mention names, there have been situations where parents have chopped off the limbs of their own children and eaten it, not wanting to survive, at the same time not wanting to kill their children. Suppose you survived the famine, if you did not die, and then you have children without limbs, and you ate those limbs, can you live with this? Do we want to drive humanity once again in this direction? After so much development, after so much infrastructure, after so much technology, education, information, connectivity, after all this, do we once again want to drive humanity towards famines? This is the question, we can't sleep on this. This is not a thing to sleep on, this needs immediate action. Already this year, 2 nations have gone into famine situations. It is expected in the next 4 to 6 months, about 350,000 children below 8 years of age will die. Because 4 days ago, World Food Program has declared they don't have the money to take the food to these countries, because all the attention is on Ukraine and whatever may be happening there. So there is no money in the hands of the UN World Food Program to deliver food for these famine-infested nations. Last year they delivered $9 billion worth of food. I think in the video you saw David Beasley, he's so totally committed to this, but last year they delivered 9 billion. This year they want 15 billion, which they don't have. Next year they want 22 billion. How long can you go on distributing food like this in the world? Food must grow where people are. If food does not grow where people are, it will always lead to disasters like this. And the disaster is just one step away, one small disturbance, this will happen. So, this is where we are as a world. It is expected that by 2035, dozens of civil wars will happen because of food shortages. I want you to just imagine. In Bengaluru city, suppose 40% of the population has not eaten for 3 days. You think you will go to your work, you think you will go and watch a cinema, you think you will take a walk in Lal Bagh, hello? Do you believe this? Everything will collapse. So this is important. Once there is no food, all other activity will just collapse. Maybe you have food in your home, but that won't help. That will probably invite death. If you have lot of food, most probably it'll invite death, because hungry people have no… their humanity will evaporate when they're hungry for too long. You must understand, our civilization, our culture, even our humanity is there only because this has been satisfied. If this is not satisfied, if this is not found anything for 3 to 5 days, that's it. Everything will go bad. So, globally we are heading in this direction because right now on an average, every year, 27,000 species of organisms are going extinct. 27,000 species, you heard it right. I am not talking about 27,000 organisms. 27,000 species are going extinct per year. So this biodiversity is sliding like this. Somewhere between 25 to 40 years, it is expected this slide will become a tumble. When it starts tumbling down, there is nothing you and me can do. We must understand today, your piece of land may look rich and wonderful, but in the world when the biodiversity starts dropping, it drops everywhere. So we are heading in this direction. Everybody knows the problem, but somehow nobody was talking about it. As I went about, I saw that this is a serious issue. Everybody knows how serious it is, and they also know what should be done, but everybody is thinking somebody else should do it. I'm telling you, there is nobody else but you and me. This is our world. This is our time on the planet. If we act, it is there. If we do not act, it is not there. That's all there is with life. This is our time on the planet. What do we want to make out of this? So these microorganisms, oh, why do I care if they die? I want you to understand, in the last 70 years, 67% of the vertebrate life on this planet has gone. 67% is disappeared. 82% of the biomass insects are gone. 92% of freshwater aquatic life is gone. What's our plan really? What's our plan for ourselves and our children? What is the plan? It looks like we don't have a plan. Albert Einstein said something very disparaging about Indians. Shall I tell you? Because he's supposed to be an intelligent man. He said, Indians cannot think beyond 15 minutes. I want to prove he met the wrong Indians. Hello? He met the wrong Indians. Can you think not for 15 minutes? Can you think the well-being of yourself, this nation, the people and the world for at least 50 years? Hello? If you don't think, then you should have been an earthworm, because you only deserve that sized brain. This sized brain is to be able to think, imagine and create what we can do in the next 50 years at least, if not 500. Hello? Should we or not? See, for all this, I want you to understand, see, our life, initially when I did the chant, what the chant is telling you is, there are only two ingredients to your life: a certain amount of time and a certain amount of energy. Time is rolling away for all of us. Nobody can stop it, nobody can slow it down, nobody can roll it back. Time is rolling away. As you sit here, you are 2 hours closer to your grave. This is not my curse, this is the way life is. Hello? So time is rolling away, you cannot control it. But your energies you can manage. If you intensify your energies substantially, you will see what somebody does in 10 years, you will do in 1 year. So if both of you live for 1,000 years, in terms of profoundness of experience and also in terms of impactfulness of activity, it would feel like you have lived for 1,000 years. Now, there are many stories talking about how yogis lived for 500 years, 1,000 years. It is not necessary that they actually lived chronologically 500 years. They lived so intensely that the amount of work that they did, it looked like they lived for 500 years. Now, this is a possibility for every human being. I was riding into Bucharest. I was to get there at 7 o'clock in the evening, but due to inclement weather, very challenging weather, and also the roads were not very normal, because of that we got delayed. What should have been approximately 5-hour drive became over 9.5-hour drive. So we reached Bucharest only at 11:15. So there was a TV interview for me at 7 o'clock, but they were still waiting at 11:15. So I walked in straight, I parked the motorcycle and walked in straight into the interview, and an hour and a half television interview, and then I was talking to the anchor and he said, "Sadhguru, how do you do this? At this age, how do you do it?" 3 times he said, "this age." I didn't like it. I said, "What do you mean, this age?" No, you're 65. See, I have lived my life so intensely, I never had the time to get old. You need a lot of time to get old. So, Bangalore, people of Bangalore, I will make sure you don't have time to get old here. There's lots of work to do. Right now, the government of Karnataka is committing itself, and we are fired up on this. Are you? And I am also going to spend substantial amount of time in Bangalore city, so that means you will have no time to get old. Okay, that means a lot of work. Hello? So, it's been from 1994, from 94 to now is how much? 28 years, huh? 28 years. To build the yoga center in Coimbatore city, it took 28 years to bring it where it is. Today, it is a significant place in the world. It is on the world map in a very important way. But wait, I will tell you the… There's a rider, but I want Bangalore center to be in that level of popularity and function in 3 years' time. Are you ready? Then save your hands, don't clap and waste your time. Save them, keep them strong, keep yourself well, because this is important in our lives. If we get to do something bigger than ourselves, that's the best thing that can happen to us. What are you saving yourself for? To be very fit and healthy in your grave? Hello? No. It's important you expend life. Don't try to save it. There is no way to preserve life. Only dead can be preserved. Life has to be lived. You cannot preserve it. So, many of the youth, before January, you clean yourself up, get all the spirits out of you, smoke out of you, everything. I got a lot of work for you. Hello? And I will fill you with another kind of thing which will leave you always stoned. Not up and down like what you're doing, just on all the time. You ready? So, save soil as a movement. Well, today out of enthusiasm you're doing whatever you're doing. It is important, this is how human societies work, that first we think about it, then we get emotive about it, then we start thinking how, and then action. This is how human societies function. So it's good right now you're thinking about it, some amount of emotions invested in it, but now when it comes to action, action has to be judicious. Shall I go and fix my kitchen garden? That's very cute, but that's not a solution. Solution is in the agricultural land. If you want to touch the agricultural land, you have to touch the farmers. If you have to touch the farmers, you must go with an incentive. If you want an incentive, you need government and industry and other people to provide these industries. So we worked out a three-pronged incentive process, which I have presented to all the ministers and the chief minister, and this will also be available to you. You can look it up because it needs incentive. Right now the farmer's economy is in such a way that if you touch it, it'll collapse. Not just in India, across the world, unfortunately it's in a bad place. In United States, 50% of the farmers have not seen $1 of profit in the last 12 years. There have been cases of whole families shooting themselves up. Highest amount of suicide in United States among any given profession is among farmers. The highest amount of suicide in Europe and Central Asia in any given profession is farmers. In India, of course, unfortunately, it is farmers. So, don't get into this emotion and think, I'm against pesticide, I'm against fertilizer. No, we are just against suicide. We are not against anything else. We want people to live. So, do not get into these things, organic farming, this farming, that farming, no. Let the farmer decide how to do farming. We give incentives to enrich the soil so that soil enrichment happens. Because those of you living in urban areas have this idea, let's get rid of the pesticide, let's get rid of the fertilizer. If we get rid of fertilizer and pesticide in the world's food production will come to 25% of what it is right now. That is death. So let's not talk irresponsibly. If you want to acquaint yourself, all of you young people, we will provide you lots of information if you're willing. We will provide the whole technical book that's available to you, we can provide that online for you if you approach us in a committed way. You must educate yourself. Such a serious problem. If maximum number of people are not educated in that, our education minister has assured us this will go into the school textbooks. But this is another problem. Wait. This is another problem. Wherever I go in the world, people say, Sadhguru, let's go to the schools, let's tell the children. I say, just shut up, don't tell the children, because till children become 15 years of age, let them grow up without any concern about anything. Let them eat well, play well, sleep well, learn well, grow up well. That's all it should be. They are worried about their future. Is that what you want to create? So, children will be educated about soil in a different way, but it's important that The adults should educate themselves about the dire situation we are in. Children should educate in terms of how this can be done at various levels. They must know about it, but it is not necessary to put fear and panic into child's life, because how a child processes his or her emotion is very different from how an adult does. By putting anger, fear, resentment into your child's mind, you could poison the child's life for good. So please be careful about this, because the moment I say children, everybody said, let's get the children. Because this has become a fashion in the world. All the nonsense you should be ashamed even to tell the children, we destroyed the soil, you fix it. Hello? We should be absolutely ashamed to even tell them. Let's not tell them. Before they come to know about it, we should have fixed it. So, thank you very much, all of you. This is important. I want you to know, this is not just about food, this is not just about agriculture. This is the basis of our life. The foundations of your life is in the microbial life. What you call as microbial life is miniature human beings. Slowly they grow and they become like this. Maybe it takes 1,000,000 years for them, but this is how it is. Even in your body, 60% of your body is microbial life, only 40% is your parental genetics. I want you to remember this. As it is in the soil, so it is in this. Whether will you get it now or will you get it when you're buried? This is the only question. Shall we get it now? So save soil, let's make it happen. Thank you very much. There is a soil anthem that all of you may already know. Hey!
This very body is soil. My body, your body, everybody is just soil body. Soil is, it turns death into life. Depleted soils will not quench the fire of hunger. Unquenched hunger can burn the very world. This is a generational responsibility. Save soil. Let's make it happen.